This is not just another morning back pain mobility routine. This is a proven mind-body reset designed to stop the chronic back pain you're experiencing every morning. So if you wake up every day with stiffness in your low back, pain on the verge of spasms, this video is for you. Now today is gonna be all about mobility. I put together a free guide for you if you want to use exercise to help with your herniated or bulging disc in your lower back. I give you the exercises, the reps, the sets that are not just focusing on mobility, but actually building strength and moving the body in a way that creates a healing environment. I put together a very simple routine you can do every single day. It'll be the first link that you see in the description box below. I give you the exercises, the reps, the sets, and even modifications that you can apply to your body if the ones I give you are actually causing pain. It's completely free. It's a routine designed just for you. Go grab it in the description box below. The first thing you're gonna do is what I call VAs, visualizations and affirmations. Now, before you say that's weird, let's get to the exercises. The key with this mind-body connection is creating a place of safety. The affirmations you do will shut down the limbic system response in your body. This is the fear, the anxiety, the stress, the concern around movement and exercise. The visualizations allows you to create a place where you can build confidence in doing the movements that typically cause pain. I like to do these, again, 3 to 5 minutes. I've got my feet up on a bench. It can be a couch, it could be a stool. I'm gonna take a few minutes, lay on my back, flatten my back out a little bit, and just focus on taking deep breaths. Again, you can set a timer for this. You don't have to do this for very long. I want you to take time and visualize yourself going through these movements that you're gonna be doing and just being completely relaxed. I know that in the past you might have experienced pain with mobility or with exercises, but you wanna start shifting the tides in your brain and the expectation of these things always causing pain. So what we're doing is we're just gonna sit here, we're gonna take a few deep breaths, we're gonna focus on doing these movements, and what you're gonna say, and this is the affirmation part, I want you to take one sentence that focuses on the fear, anxiety that you have around movement. It could be that hinging hurts, it could be that stretching causes more pain, it could be whatever it is that you fear the most. Your body is broken, your body is fragile, your body is tense, tight, scared, afraid, whatever it might be. And I want you to, in your brain, with every exhale, say that specific word. So let's just pick one. My body is strong, or my back is strong, my back is relaxed. I want you to say this in your head. Every time you breathe in, my back is relaxed. My back is strong. And the goal for these 3 minutes, that's it. And we're gonna move on to the exercises. 3 minutes, take time to affirm that you're strong, affirm that you're capable of doing what you have always been afraid to do, and that is move, exercise, and create a routine that actually brings relief. This is critical in getting the mind and body prepped for what we're about to do. Now, keeping with this theme of staying relaxed, staying in a place where we are not guarding, protecting, trying to create stiffness, we're gonna move into a gentle cat-cow. Now, what I like to do when it comes to this is applying it in more of a wave strategy. So oftentimes we kind of just force ourselves to go up, and we force ourselves to sink. We go up, and then we sink. And you kind of get into this habit of just focusing on one little area, and that might be just your low back. What I like you to think about is doing it in waves, either from head to toe, or head to butt, or from butt to head. Now what we're gonna do here is we'll just kind of do it from the butt up. So let's roll into a cat position. So I'm going to push, 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 push. I'm tucking my butt, pushing, try to go vertebrae by vertebrae. Push, 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 push. And to the point where I'm actually at a full flexed back position. So I'm creating a big hump. From here, we're gonna start with just my head, and we're gonna try our best to just drop our neck, our shoulder blades, thoracic spine, beyond the thoracic spine, into the lumbar spine, start to tilt the butt up, just to the point of discomfort. We're not trying to crank on this and squeeze and contract everything, because odds are you already have a lot of low back stiffness and tightness already. Contracting and squeezing these muscles are not gonna help. We're trying to create a space where we can actually go through the motion. So I'm here at this end range, I'm in the cow or the dropped position. And we're gonna do it again. Tuck our butt nice and slow, trying to focus on each vertebrae one at a time, not contracting, but just gently going through the motion of creating the opposite. Now we're trying to build this hump, build this rounded back, nice and relaxed. At the top, take a breath in, take a breath out. Before we go back, and we're slowly almost trying to feel muscles contract while the other muscles are relaxing, okay? This is gonna take some practice. It's not something you're gonna get right away. Sometimes you'll end up just doing this type of thing, and it won't be a ton of like waving movement, but if you think from head to butt or from butt to head first, focusing on creating that wave effect in your spine, you're gonna eventually get really good at activating and relaxing as much as possible each segment of your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, and it's gonna be a world of a difference than just cranking through the cat-cow. So we're gonna move from the cat-cow movement gently into a very simple quad stretch. This is just one variation that I like to use. It feels really good on me, even after my ruptured disc or degenerative disc diagnosis and all the pain that I dealt with. This, even to this day, does not cause any discomfort or pain in my low back, where a lot of quad stretches used to do that, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our not stretching leg, put it forward. I like to have a foam roller. You can have a wall or a bench or a chair to grab onto. And I'm going to turn towards the leg that's up. I'm going to reach back and grab my foot that's back. What we're gonna do is when I grab this, I'm going to pull this in and I'm going to turn towards that back leg, okay? So from here, you can, if you have the flexibility, if you need a little more stretch, you can lean towards that foam roller and you're gonna create a more intense of a stretch. But for here, for me personally, I can grab this leg here and I can twist back and I can create a pulling here to really build that quad tension up. And then I'll slowly kind of go into it. And what I like about this stretch is it allows me to not just default into extension, right? We kind of slam into extension and then we're pulling on this quad. It's really hard to keep ourselves in a safe place. So adding this twist in a neutral position helps me to stabilize. So I'm not only getting this quad stretch, but I feel like this super deep left front stretch as well. Some people will say that's your psoas. I don't really care what it is, as long as it feels good and it's not creating more pain. There's no point in chasing after this specific muscle name. Just relax into it, come out of it, and you're gonna swap it up. So we'll do the other side as well. Leg up. I'm relaxing. The key here is not to feel like you have to try to find balance and you're like trying to keep everything. No, you wanna try to relax. This quad for me is a lot tighter. So I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna pull this quad into my glute. I'm not trying to overstretch. I'm not trying to get to a point where the rest of my body is stiffening up because it's so painful. Nice and relaxed. Lean into that front leg a little bit if I need to. Nice little quad stretch. You can hold for 30, 45 seconds. You can do in and out, so a 15-second deep hold, then come out. 15-second deep hold, then come out. You can change it up as long as we're not creating more tension in the low back where the back is responding in a negative way. This is a good way to go. Right after that, we're gonna move into what I call a prayer stretch, okay? Now, I like to use this as a more of a functional movement type of mobility routine. You can call it a stretch, you can call it mobility, it doesn't really matter. Essentially, what we're trying to do is take ourselves through a range of motion and then come out of it, go back into a range of motion, and then come out of it, and kind of slowly work into a deeper range of motion without just holding the stretch, quote unquote, for a period of time, okay? So the prayer stretch, we'll call it, is a very simple, very common exercise that feels really good on the thoracic spine. So we're really trying to focus on the shoulder blades, basically from the base of the neck all the way to the bottom of our rib cage is where we're trying to focus at, okay? From here, I like to put my elbows as close as I can together, which allows me to still put my head through and down. So if it's too tight and you can't put your head through your biceps, then you're too close together. From here, what we're gonna do is get to a place where we are far enough away where as we come down, the top of our head's gonna skim whatever we're using as a bench, and then we can come back through. That's a super critical part. So from here, once you're all set up as far as the logistics go, put your hands together in your prayer position, and we're going to tuck our butt under. So what we're trying to do is get a neutral spine. So we're not trying to sit like this and then go into this stretch and create this super deep overextended position. This for a lot of people can cause some irritation, especially if you have an intolerance to extension. So instead, to focus on only what we want to kind of build mobility around, is we're going to keep our lumbar spine in a neutral as possible position, drop our head down, and as we're coming down, we're almost trying to brace our abs and keep our ribs locked in. So this is what it looks like to have my ribs locked in and my abs slightly braced, and focusing on the thoracic spine being the thing that we're trying to relax. So I'll come out of it, I'll kind of do like an arching in my back to kind of get the muscles to relax. Go back into it, lock in that neutral lumbar spine, come down, try to relax that thoracic spine. Now a bad version of this will look like this. So I'm here, if I were to dump everything, you can see a significant difference in my low back, okay? We're trying to stay away from that. So I can tuck my butt under, brace my abs a little bit, bring my rib cage down, and then I can just focus on relaxing and getting this mobility movement in my thoracic spine. Here, drop, 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 squeeze, 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 trying to relax that thoracic spine while keeping the lumbar spine neutral. So none of this, we're looking for this. Moving into our final exercise here, this is gonna focus on the hips and the glutes, okay? We're gonna start in the on all fours position, very simple, common place to be. Most people can do this well. From here, we're gonna take, let's say we're gonna stretch the left glute hip out, okay? What we're gonna do is scoot over on our mat a little bit. We're gonna take our left leg, we're gonna bring it over our right leg. So we're kind of crossing our legs, if you can see that. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna then shift my weight to the left towards this left leg and then back as if I'm trying to sit on this right heel here, okay? So what that looks like is I'm going to shift to the left and back. As you can see, my right knee is coming up off the ground. That is okay. You can adjust this to kind of fit you better. If you turn your left leg in more, you might get a better stretch, a quicker stretch in that left hip. You have to kind of play around with what feels good to you. This might be extreme. I don't have really tight glutes. So what you can actually do sometimes is just hike the left leg over the right ankle, and then you're doing the exact same thing. So I'm hiking the stretched leg that I'm trying to stretch over the right, leaning back into that left hip pocket. And that might be a good enough version for you. If you need a little bit more depth, again, you're gonna take your left leg, hike it over your right leg, and we're going to sink everything to that left hip. So I'll show you the opposite way. So you see now this leg being stretched, come over here, hike it over, get comfortable, and I'm going to sit back towards that right hip. And I can move in and out of this movement. I can hunt around to see if there is a different angle that really works well for me. Or if I'm not really feeling it in that way, I can just take this leg here, hike it over this like this, and I'm going to sit back towards that hip. The goal here is not to sit on a stretch for long periods of time. We're just trying to create a place where we can move in, we can kind of hunt around to see what feels good to us, and then move out of it. Now, the best thing to follow up any kind of mobility routine is some exercises, some activation, some strengthening drills that you can do. If you want a very simple daily routine that you can match with this specific mobility routine, just go to the first link in the description box below. It's my daily herniated and bulging disc routine that I highly suggest people with L4-L5 or L5-S1, anything in the lumbar spine, herniation, bulge. I give you the exercises, I give you the reps, I give you the modifications that you should be making if those exercises actually hurt. You can go to fitnesswithbackpain.com/routine, or just go to the first link in the description box below, and it's yours free. Thanks for watching, God bless, and I will see you on the next episode.